Praise the Lord, brethren. Henry Sabit is my name, and this is my midday sharing for today. It is Friday, and the date is 27th January 2023. I was reflecting on something, and I said, let me share it with some brothers and sisters. I've been thinking about how we have this religious attitude, some of us, of course, not everybody. But generally, there is this religious attitude in church of what kind of money that can be given to God and what amounts of money we believe cannot be given to God. And probably you've never thought about it, but it is very easy for somebody to pay 50,000 for a plate of food just at lunchtime, or to take someone out to some nice place, and they buy them eats and drinks worth 8 and 9 thousand without thinking. They just ask, what do you want? And this one says, I want a milkshake, I want some cappuccino, I want this. And someone just says, wait, come, waiter, waitress, come, uh, bring this and that without even calculating. And then the bill comes and is 135,000, and somebody just pays. But if they were to give that 135,000 as an offering, they would feel like they're being robbed. The same person that very day, if they just feel like if they say we need to give and they're in church, they feel like offering should be something like 10K or 20K. And it is funny if somebody came and said, I have a piece of land and I'm selling it, and all you need is 10 million, and I'll give it to you. Someone can look for that 10 million in a day, and they're going to get it because it is a piece of land. But if we're in church and we said we have a need and it is worth 10 million, and all we need is five people who can get 2 million each. I mean, if you can get a loan or if you can get it from anywhere and you just give that 2 million, five of you, I'm telling you, the same guy that could get 10 million in a day for a piece of land will not be able to even raise 100,000 for that. If you found him with no money and you had that piece of land, he could get that money in a day, all of it. But now, if you find him with no money and there is a need in the church and you just want him to get 500,000, and you say, 20 people, please find 500,000 and let's work on this for the work of God, he'll be like, I wish I had. I really, really wish I had. But now my pockets are empty. It's like we don't put that much initiative if it is the Lord's work. We don't think we can actually give those big amounts. Most of us don't think that. So even when we talk about annual pledges, people that can get 20 million from nowhere all of a sudden can pledge just 500,000 because it is what they are comfortable with. But I want us to have some people that react like that to the work of God. That the way you would have reacted to uh, buying a piece of land at 10 million and you just look for it so quickly, the way you would just spend money on somebody because you want to impress them and you are taking them out and you do shopping for them worth 500,000 without thinking. The way we spend money on such things, some of us have children, and you know what? You can spend 2 million shillings on a toy, on a child's toy. You can spend 400,000 on a birthday dress. If you can do that, then the truth is, if you're not giving those amounts in church, you are robbing God. That is the truth. It means that God is not that important. So I want you to look at your spending. How much do you spend on tea? How much do you spend on food at work? How much do you spend on these luxuries? Like you can buy a phone of 3 million, but you have never given an offering of 1 million shillings or 500,000. Then you just understand God is not your priority in giving. You can get to understand whether you still have this religious mentality that God always has to get some kalito thing. And many of us, even though we say we love God, we have that religious mentality that God is like a beggar. He gets the least, he gets the last, he gets what we don't need, he gets what doesn't cost me a lot, he gets what I'm comfortable with. So even when you have 1 million shillings in your wallet, you know God must get 10K for an offering. That's how you said it. And some of us, we are tithers, and the moment the tithe is done, then I mean, let God let leave me do my stuff. But do you know that you can come to a point whereby you can actually give the Lord a sensible offering on a daily basis? I mean, if you spend 50,000 on food on a daily basis, which you're just going to take to the washrooms in just a few hours, why wouldn't you be able to spend 50,000 as an offering to the Lord on a daily basis? Why would that be so hard? But to some of us, that is a mystery you can't even understand. When they talk about offering, it's like it always has to be a few thousands. When we talk about let us give to the Lord 90 million and buy equipment for the gospel, or we are collecting 500 million to do the work of God this year, you're like, how can we get that money? Do people have that money? But the people who usually say that are the people who actually have that money. But they feel that money can be heavily spent on buying a car. It can be heavily spent on buying land. It can be heavily spent on starting up a company, on a tour abroad. But giving it to God, it seems like an abomination. It seems like it can't happen. I pray to God that all of you that have the ability to spend tens of thousands every day, that you will change the way you give to God. That you'll come to a point whereby you can actually spend tens of thousands every day on yourself, but you will also be able to spend the same tens of thousands proportionally unto the work of God. It is very possible for you to give an offering every day if you earn every day, if you have a daily allowance, if you spend every day, and you really know you spend on luxuries, you spend on food worth 60,000 a day, you can enter into these places with fast foods and you just shop things 150,000, chicken, liver, pizza, and you don't even feel a thing. That very day, you need to give an offering worth what you're buying for the stomach. Seriously, that's when you know that this mentality of spending little on God is out of you. So look at how you spend on the things that don't really matter as a Christian. Yeah, because food is for the stomach, and after that is for the toilet. These luxuries that we do on parties, bridal showers, baby showers, birthday parties, and you know you can easily make a budget of 3 million for a birthday party, and yet if they say annual pledge, 12 months sacrifice unto the work of God, you register 1 million. Now that is really that is something that really looks bad on us. I mean, if that is how you act, you can't give to God a sacrifice of 3 million in a year, but you can actually organize a birthday party for 5 million in a week or in a month. That shows you which kind of mentality you have when it comes to giving towards God. And I pray if that is your mentality, that will change. Many of us really need to change on the way we give to God. Look at the proportions you spend on things that don't matter. Compare that to the amount you give to God, and you will know whether it really adds up or if it doesn't. I just want you to think about that. It's important. Though we give to God is important because money represents our hearts. Money represents our desires. Money represents our interests. It represents the things that we call important in this life, the things that make us wake up to go and work. So money is important to God. And the way you give it really has to show that it's important to you. I just wanted to leave that with somebody today. God bless you.